So last few days the world has been hyped by the release of the Redmi K40 series, and now we are looking forward to the release of the Realme GT 5G on March 4, 2021. If we convert the Chinese price of these two phones, we can surely say that they both deserve the title flagship killer. So today we will compare these two phones. But before we jump into the comparison, if you are not subscribed yet, please do consider subscribing, and please join our official Facebook group for more info on upcoming phones. If we talk about the designs, they both have their unique design, especially the knife edition of the Redmi K40 Pro Plus and the Bumblebee leather edition of the Realme GT 5G. Both smartphones will support dual SIM, and the Redmi K40 Pro Plus will have IP53 certification, which will have dust and splash protection. In display, the Realme GT 5G will have a 6.8 inches OLED panel which will support HDR and 160Hz refresh rate. The resolution will be 1440p plus and the pixel density will be 516 ppi. The Redmi K40 Pro Plus will have a 6.67 inch Super AMOLED panel which will support HDR content and will support 120Hz refresh rate. The peak brightness will be 1300 nits and the resolution will be 1080p plus and the pixel density will be 395 ppi. The display will be protected by Corning Gorilla Glass 5. Both smartphones will have UI based on Android 11. On Realme GT 5G we will have Realme UI 2, and on Redmi K40 Pro Plus we will have MIUI 12. Under the hood, both smartphones will have Snapdragon 888 chipset and octa-core CPU. Both smartphones will have Adreno 660 for graphics rendering. There will be no SD card slot in both of the phones, and the base variant for Realme GT 5G will be 128GB and the Redmi K40 Pro Plus will be 256GB, which will be a UFS 3.1 storage. There is a massive difference on the camera section. In Realme GT 5G we will have a triple camera setup which will include a 64 megapixel PDAF primary sensor and a 13 megapixel telephoto and 13 megapixel ultra wide. The Redmi K40 Pro Plus will also have a triple camera setup, but the difference is it will have an 108 megapixel primary sensor, an 8 megapixel ultra wide and a 5 megapixel macro sensor. With Redmi K40 Pro Plus, we will be able to take 8K videos in 30 frames per second, but in Realme GT 5G, we will have 4K videos in 30 frames per second. The selfie camera on Realme GT 5G is still unspecified, but on Redmi K40 Pro Plus, we will have a 20 megapixel front shooter. We will have no stereo speakers on Realme GT 5G, but on Redmi K40 Pro Plus, we will have a stereo speaker. But on Realme GT 5G, we will have under-display fingerprints which will be absent from the Redmi K40 Pro Plus. The fingerprint will be side-mounted. Both smartphones will have all the other necessary sensors like accelerometer, gyro, proximity and compass. The battery on Realme GT 5G will be 5000 mAh which will support 125 watt fast charging. But on the other hand, the Redmi K40 Pro Plus will have a 4520 mAh battery which will support 33 watt fast charging. So which smartphone do you think have the most impressive specs? Please let us know in the comment section below, and please do subscribe. Thank you.